Oh, look at that guy. Look
Yes,
at that
sir.
guy. Woo!
There's that guy.
There's
Yeah.
the princess. He's here. We're ready to go. We're live on Facebook, everybody. It's 7 o'clock. I'm ready to get this party started.
Yes.
So sweet. Well, thank you for our guests for being on, and thank you for everybody tuning in. And then hi to everybody on Facebook. So we're excited to have this call. It's our first call, and I think Sean, I really think right now we're at that year mark for this call.
Really?
I think we started in April, right?
Yeah.
Right after. Yeah, I don't know. We've been doing this a long time, and I love it. So, but the consistency is the best part. So again, if you're new on this call, welcome. The purpose of this call is to give you a higher elevated overview of what Truvy is, why Truvy, and where Truvy is going. It's a pleasure to share this call with one of our co-founders, co-owners, Sean Gibson, man of the people. He's awesome. He's been an investor in the industry. He's been on the corporate side. He's been on the field side. The guy's just done it all. He's seen it all. He's been able to do a lot of things and really help companies blossom, and especially Truvy. Throughout the years, he's really been able to travel a lot and do a ton with the field and really help our associates and our new people learn. And this is just another way with where we're at in life, with being able to share what Truvy is and where Truvy's going. And I'm excited to have Sean on the call and share this call with him. So Sean, I'm going to go ahead and turn the call over to you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Gentry. And thank you all for tuning in tonight to hear a little bit, like Gentry said, a little overview of as to who we are, what our vision was from the very beginning, where we're going, which is really exciting, by the way. We are just coming off of our best quarter in company history. So from January till the end of March was on record our best quarter ever, which means we're going to have a really great 2021. That's setting us up for an amazing 2021. But first and foremost, I just want to thank Gentry for putting this call together, for finding our testimonials, finding great people every single week. It seems like it's the recharger of our battery that we get to hear from real people that have, gone through it, the whole process, and are having real success. And so you hear from real people. So thank you, Gentry, for putting this together. And I want to thank our guests tonight, as well as welcome everybody that's tuning in. So as Gentry said, we kind of like this call to be just a little bit of a feel and flavor as to who we are, so that new people can kind of have somewhere to go to kind of know, okay, well, what's this Truvy all about? And it happened about almost 7 years ago now, that Dave, I came across Dave Brown, and shortly thereafter we had Derek Rains come, Dean Peterson, Scott Lamb. And so the group of us, really, it is our vision to help as many people as we possibly can with amazing products. And so doing that, we knew we had a great product. Dave had been a part of another company, and he had this amazing product that he wanted to get out to more people and do it in a way that was going to be in a culture of really helping others and enriching other people's lives. And so the five of us got together, and that really is our vision for what we're doing at Truvy, is we really do want to just help as many people as we possibly can. And so we didn't want, even though we knew we had a great product, we didn't want people to take our word for it. All of us had kind of had a little bit of, or I should say most of us had some, experience in the industry. And what we saw was just really disingenuous, because it was not about the product. It was more about like car programs, or, smoke and mirrors, or pipe dreams, really. And we didn't want that. We wanted it to be about the product. And we were so sure that people would have great results that we from the very beginning came up with the 7-day experience pack so that people could have some time to try it for themselves. And what comes in that 7-day experience pack is our flagship products, which is the True, the blood chemistry product that helps people lower their, helps people regulate their blood sugars. And we also do that with either the V or the True Control, which that one is the one that helps people with their energy, with their mental clarity, with weight loss. Lots of people are losing lots of weight from either the V or the True Control. And so the mixture of, I shouldn't say mixture, the combination of those two products really is what is standing us out from just an ordinary other company. It's helping people that in so many different ways. It's incredible to see now that we've been going 7 years. I have literally seen people's lives be transformed into something amazing. I mean, like Gentry said, we've been doing these for a year now and had so many great testimonials. It just almost gives us goosebumps every week when we hear what people are doing. But along with that, we also wanted to help create something that would help people from a monetary basis or a financial standpoint. So those people that do want to share the product, they have that opportunity to take that wherever they want to take that. Sometimes it's just enough to, pay for their own product every month. And if they want to go past that, sometimes it's making an extra utility payment. Then beyond that, a car payment or their mortgage or retirement. And it's all happened within this 7 years. And it's pretty incredible to see, people get in this and they have their spouse be able to quit their other job and help them with the business. And this is what they do full time. And then if you think about all of those things kind of mixed up into an amazing situation to where we're helping other people, getting paid to do it, and doing it with people we love, I can't think of too many other things that I would rather be doing. And it's really awesome to be able to do it with such great associates in our field that just, I mean, we did a little leadership call today, and I was and it was on Zoom, and I was looking across the faces of all of those people, and the leadership that we have here at Truvy is just second to none. I mean, like Gentry said, we've all had a little bit of experience in this space, and I wouldn't trade our associates for anything in the world. But along with that, what we want to do is help more people and get more people to that same destination, to that same spot. And whatever we can do on our end to help people, we're going to make sure we're helping them. And we're not just a company that just talks the talk. We really like to walk the walk. And we're all in this together. We consider it a very team situation to where we have corporate, we also have our field of associates, and together we're helping so many people change their situations. I mean, people that are, not even able to walk to the mailbox or even to the refrigerator, and they come across this, and now all of a sudden it's like, wow, something like a light switch went off and they're able to do these things again. And that's really what charges us and energizes us, because we know that we have amazing products and that are gonna help other, so many people. So it's pretty incredible to see. One thing along those lines is, from the very beginning, I can tell you that what our real vision is like I said, helping other people. And we're going to do that with amazing products, but we're going to adhere to 3 major things no matter what happens. And that is, whatever product we bring on to Truvy, we're going to make sure that A, it's effective, B, that it's cost affordable so that people can afford to get the product into their hands, and C, that they're safe. we want to make sure that we're not getting people on things that are going to be harmful or bad side effects or anything like that. And so any product we bring on, there's a pretty strict regimen and a timetable as to when we bring that product on, because it's going through so many different channels of making sure that we adhere to all three of those things. So like I said, where we're at now is we're on to some pretty amazing momentum. And when you come across a company that's in a momentum phase, it's usually a pretty good time to jump on board. And if you've been a little stagnant and just kind of on the fence, or maybe a little wishy-washy, now would be a pretty awesome time, because when you catch on to that train, the wheels just start turning, and the train keeps on getting faster and faster. And once that train's going a certain speed, it's tough to stop. And we know we're hitting that spot, and we'd love for everyone that's on this call to be on that same train. So with that, Gentry, I know we have some pretty amazing guests tonight, and I'll turn the time back over to you to introduce our guests.
Perfect. Thank you, Sean. This is a great time on the call for anyone who's new to take a chance and hear from real people, not just take Sean or my word for it or anybody else. You're actually hearing from people who are living the Truvvi lifestyle. So this is the part of the call I really love, because like Sean said, it rejuvenates us. It gets us excited. We hear these stories every other week, but every time you hear them, you get the chills. And whether it's from the business side or the health side, something in someone's story will resonate with somebody on this call and help them in one way or another. So without taking any more time, I'd never tell these ladies who's going first. That's the best part. I always love doing that. So Daniela, if you can unmute, we have Daniela Jukic. I confirm that is how you pronounce her first name and last name. So she is from Ohio, and she is coming up. She's a couple months shy of being with us for a year, and she's a managing associate. So pretty exciting. So I'm going to turn the call over to you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me, and thank you for inviting me. I knew you were going to call on me first. I felt you. I was like, let me go second. I'm so nervous. So I am going to ask, if I go, Gentry, if I go right, you got to kind of help me go left. If I go left, you got to kind of help me go right. So as Gentry said, my name is Daniela. I do live in Ohio. I'm originally from Bosnia. So 2 different sides of the world here. How I got to Truvvi was truly amazing, because I wasn't looking for Truvvi. Truvvi kind of found me. And I got introduced to a morning call with Sean Murphy. And through that, I ended up meeting Rhonda Bird Parker. And I kind of was like, I don't care what you guys are doing. I just want to do it with you. You guys are amazing. I fell in love with both of them so much that I just wanted to do what they were doing. And I was like, oh, you guys are doing weight loss. I'm like, I have no weight to lose. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? And Ron and Sean were both like, well, they do other things than just weight loss. There's business side to it. There's all these other things. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, I'll just give it a try. I'll start taking them. And I'm like, okay. First week goes by. My fiance goes, can I tell you something? You can't get mad at me. I was like, okay. He's like, I've noticed that you're not a witch on a broomstick in the morning. Is that supposed to be a compliment to me? He's like, yeah. He goes, I've noticed. He goes, and when you don't take them, he's like, I can see the difference. It does such an amazing mood change for you, and you have so much energy throughout the day. He's like, our house is clean, the laundry's done, nothing's. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, it's a great compliment. I was like, thanks. I'll just keep taking them. Thanks. So that's how it really started. So I got my fiance on them, and we're really loving the products. And I can't explain to you guys what it's done for me. I know that Truvvi has had an amazing and like their best quarter. And I actually hit my first month, like my ultimate greatest month this past month. And I was like, this is so awesome. I'm like, and all I'm doing is sharing the love I have for Truby with everybody that's around me. So I was like beyond excited. And I get to meet such amazing people in this company that it allows me to be me. It is not fake. It is not, you have to fake it till you make it. I mean, I got to meet Angel, which was mind blowing because she was exactly who I thought she was going to be. We clicked immediately, and I didn't have to pretend to be somebody I'm not. So, and every single person that I end up meeting here with Truby ends up being like that. And I'm like, this is where I want to be. This is where my goals are going to be achieved of what I want to do down the road. And this is the company to do it with. So for some of you that don't know, I'm actually expecting a baby in September. And I was like, do I still take Truby? Like, what am I going to do? I'm like, I don't want all this energy to go away. So I'm like, I know it's safe, but I'm like, let me still check with my OBGYN just in case. So I go in there and I'm like, he goes, do you have any more questions? I was like, well, yeah. I'm like, I don't want to forget. I'm like, I keep forgetting to ask you. I said, here are the products. So I brought everything with me. I said, here are the products. Can you look at the ingredients and tell me if I can take these? And he's like, okay. And he's looking through everything. And he's like, these will do you good. He's like, keep taking them. I was like, no way. I mean, you guys, I couldn't wait to get out of that office to call Sean and Rhonda and freak out because I could take them while I was pregnant. I was beyond excited. I was like, oh my God, are you serious? He goes, there's nothing in these that are harmful to you or the baby. I was like, well, this just solidified everything for me. I knew that they weren't bad, but just having that assurance from your doctor was huge for me. So, I mean, everything seems to be lining up for me with this company, with what I'm doing now, with helping everybody that's around me and everybody that comes into my circle, meeting all of you guys, getting new opportunities, building my own business. Like, this has definitely been what I've been searching for. And this is the first network marketing company that I came across. And I completely fell in love with it. So that's huge. So that kind of sums up my story of why I'm doing what I'm doing and how I got into it and how amazing Truby is.
That's awesome.
So thank you.
No, that's amazing. Again, we love hearing that because again, you so often on this call, we hear people who they know people, they kind of watch them, then they start asking questions, then they try the product, and then boom, they fall in love because they're trying the product. They're doing exactly what they're supposed to feel what they're supposed to feel. The product works for them, and then things just kind of it's a snowball effect, right? Like you said, your fiance is like, oh, hey, I noticed a little bit of a change in you. Like maybe not so much how he said it, but I mean, good for him. Like that, he's a guy. Good for him. I mean, luckily he's still alive.
Right.
But I just think that's great. And again, seeing your excitement, seeing your passion, and again, the fact that you asked your doctor, because so often, again, and if you're new, I should have made this statement before, but again, here at Truby, we don't claim to treat, diagnose, prevent, or cure any diseases. These are real people. They're taking the product. They're doing the work to find information. And if you do have any questions, do check with your doctor. I mean, let them read the packaging, and then let them tell you if at the time or whatever you're going through, if you're able to take it. And that's a great thing what you did because you got the answer that you needed and it solidified you a little bit more. And we're excited to see where you go from here. And congratulations on your best month. And
Thank you.
I think more of that is about to come with everything we've got
Yes.
going. So thank you so much for sharing with us. And we'll have you back on the call soon.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Awesome. So if we can get our next guest / OG is what I'll call her, Audra Ramirez, to unmute. So Audra is from Oklahoma and she has been with the company for a long time.
Long time. Yes.
That is
Yeah.
awesome. That's why I call her an OG, an original. She's from the start. If you can see on the back, she's got her wonderful guitar hanging there, one of our 4-star directors. So Audra, I'm going to go ahead and turn this call over to you.
Awesome. Well, first of all, Daniela, I want to be your BFF. Like, you are absolutely awesome. I am falling in love with you. So that's so cool. It's so cool to see somebody that's been here such a short time doing so well. Like, that is such a cool thing to see. I was with the other company that Dave was formerly with. And if you've ever met Dave in person and heard him speak and look into his eyes, you know that his heart is with his products and his company. And that's how he leads. And I fell in love with him and fell in love with the products. And when I knew he left, I was 100% leaving. And joined him from, early on, but September 2014 is when I jumped over. Left a very big position at my former company, but God was saying, this is where you need to be. And so I put all my trust in that. And thank God I did, because here we are, 6.5 years later, and things could not be better. I was one that originally started selling. I was never going to be the girl that was going to be a network marketer. I was never going to sell products to anybody. I'm that mama that when the kids came home and needed to sell cookie dough, I'm like, well, good luck. Go on, go to the neighborhood, sell the cookies. I'm not doing it for you. Like, I could not ask people for money. And so I knew that to get my products for me and my husband, I had to. Like, at the time, we could not afford the amount that it would cost for both of us. And so I looked at it as, okay, I have to do this so that I can get healthier and feel better. Suffered from chronic fatigue and migraines. And so before I even started the products, I was, sharing testimony, sharing information, and just became blessed that it just took off really well. Once I started the products, fell in love, chronic fatigue gone. Migraines have been, so much better. And then after about 2.5, 3 years, I realized that this is what I need to be doing full time. And so I have a finance degree. I am a physical therapist assistant. And the fact that I was quitting a full-time job with benefits to be at home, to be a full-time network marketer, was really interesting to me, because it's just not what I ever thought I would do. But a lot of times God leaves us down those paths that we don't think we're going to do, because that's what his plan is and not ours. And so I've been doing it full time since then. I have an 18-year-old, a 16-year-old, and then a set of twins that will be 3 in a couple of weeks. So I was able to be home during my most horrible pregnancy ever, delivered them on my 40th birthday, and was able to be home for every minute of their little precious lives. And so that was the biggest thing for me. And then when COVID hit, we are in Oklahoma. We are a huge oil field town. And that's what my husband did. He was in the oil field, loved his job, loved what he did. And then that went away. And so we looked at each other and said, okay, we have 2 options. We can put our hearts into Truvy and figure out where we're going that direction, or we can, take another job, look for another job. And so we had some money in savings. We said, okay, this is what we have for this year. We have a full year sitting aside that if we need, we can grab into that, and that'll be your backup plan. Well, praise Jesus, a year came along and we have not had to touch that money. And so Truvy has just been, answer to prayers. We've been able to be home, raise kids, chase kids everywhere. Both my big boys play every sport. And so we are gone a lot. And it has just been an amazing, amazing thing for us. And I will say, these drinks, if you have not tried these drinks, if you are an OG and you remember a product way back when, to me, these are as good, if not better. I had been at a little plateau. I had about 5 or 6 pounds to lose from having the babies, and, just thought, well, this is where I'm going to be. I'm doing, my product. I've never stopped taking my product. I also got to take it during my pregnancy and breastfeeding. So that was awesome. Got it approved. And with these drinks, in less than 2 weeks, I've lost that weight. So awesome. So excited to see what the future holds, and just couldn't be more proud of this company and the founders and the owners and the workers. It's an amazing, amazing company. So that's
Dang.
my story, and I'm sticking to it.
That's awesome. Again, another amazing story. And with you being in as long as you have and kind of going through everything that you have, you kind of hit on every little aspect that I think somebody kind of goes through until they're ready to jump in full feet or with both feet. And then even then you want to try, like Sean said, you can possibly retire your husband. There's so many options depending on what level you want to put into the business and whatever situation you're in. And especially with the pandemic and with everything that the world's kind of gone through, network marketing really has made a much better name for itself. Because again, you don't know, you hear it and you're like, oh, it's one of those pyramid schemes. Good. Funny guys, not doing that. But then when you really get into it and you start learning about it and you see what the capability you have and the endless options that it offers for you to be able to go to your kids' baseball games, be with your family when you need to. This is that vehicle that will take you down that road and get you where you need to go as long as you're willing to put in the effort. And both of you, I think, are doing that right now and going to continue to do it because of the excitement that you've shared on this call and the people's lives that you're changing on a daily basis continually by sharing the product and being who you are, being you. So both of you, thank you so much for sharing amazing testimonial stories that I hope everybody who's new on this call got to hear those. If not, get with the person that invited you to the call, ask them how you can try more product or get signed up and get going, because you can earn while you learn. That is the biggest thing that you can do here. So thank you guys for jumping on. Thank you guys for being our guests for the night. And Sean, I'm going to turn the call back to you.
Okay, thank you, Gentry. And yes, once again, you guys just give us goosebumps when we hear from you. Audra is so amazing, and Daniela, I mean, I'm the same way. I'm like, okay, how do I get BFFs with both of you? Because it truly is amazing to hear from, like I said in the beginning, these are real people that have real results. And that's what we are here at Truvy. There is nothing better to me than being able to take a product, know that it's helping you, and that you feel a difference, and that you feel a lot better. You just feel better, and being able to go out and share that with other people with no hesitation. Like I know in some other companies that I've been with and that I know about, sometimes it's like, oh, you take a product and you're like a little bit leery to share that with other people. With me, it's not that case whatsoever. Wherever I travel, people ask me, well, what do you do? Well, I'm in the health and nutrition. Well, okay, well, what's that about? And it ends up me giving them a 7-day experience pack. And it's just so simple to share. And so that's, as Gentry said, that's what we would love for you guys to do, is to share, because we know that there are other people out there just like Daniela and just like Audra that are searching for that something, that are sitting on a couch right now, and this product and the products that we offer would help so many other people. And I think it was either Daniela or Audra, or maybe both of you, that said it. When you come on board here, you're part of a culture that is all together as one. You fit in here, and your vibe is your tribe is your vibe, and this is my tribe, and I'm so proud of it, and so proud of all of the associates that are just doing such amazing things. So we welcome you. For those that this is your first time hearing about Truvy, we're so glad you found it, and we are on that train that I spoke about in the beginning, and it's going to be an amazing ride. So we can't wait to see you. Hopefully, we have a few events coming up. We have obviously we have our Hawaii trip actually next week. So those of you that'll be there, we're excited to see you there. But shortly after that, here in July, we have our big summit in Las Vegas. And so if you can make that, we would love to see you there, and can't wait to connect, because really it's at these types of things that you meet some of your best friends that you'll ever have for a lifetime. I know that's the case for me, and we can't wait to get out and meet you. If it's not there, I'm sure we'll have that opportunity at some point in time. So Daniela and Audra, thank you so much again tonight for sharing your stories. It really does charge our batteries to hear from you guys. So thanks again. And Gentry, thank you again for putting the call together. And we just invite you to share, and thank you for tuning in, and hope you have an amazing week. We'll be doing this again in 2 weeks, so we hope to see you on there again in 2 weeks. Thank you. Good night.